Hello everyone, I'm Manic, and I want to tell you all a story about a movie that was very special to me as a kid. And that movie is called Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. I used to watch this movie all the time as a kid. Whenever it popped up on Disney Channel, I was there. In fact, I liked it so much that I started taking martial arts just so I could look cool too. And I know that karate and kung fu are completely different in many different ways, but kung fu isn't popular in my area, so I got what I got. And the crazy part about this is that even after 20 years, yes, this movie came out in 2006, this movie still holds up. It's more of a time capsule now. You can tell it's from the 2000s, but this movie is still a banger. But I'll talk about that a bit more later. But I've done enough stalling, and y'all seen my amazing karate moves for long enough. It's time to get into the review. So we start off at a temple where we meet Shin, and he's absolutely mollywopping the other monks before he's summoned by the master due to the reawakening of the evil Yan Lo, who wants to bring the world to darkness because he's evil. Yeah, that's really as far as his backstory goes. So every 90 years, evil Yan Lo returns, and the only one who can defeat him is the reincarnation of Mei Zan, aka our protagonist of the story, Wendy Wu. Now, Wendy's your traditional high school girl, in Disney Channel standards at least, except she's already popular, already has the boy, and the only thing she has left before she wins the Disney 2000s High School Girl Lottery is to win the crown as the homecoming queen, and the only one that's stopping her is Jessica, the only other girl who's running for queen in the school, because they are just on another level of popularity and no one else compares. Or no one else cares, is one of the two. But due to the reawakening of evil Yan Lo, Wendy starts developing new abilities, sharper instincts, quicker reflexes. But since this has nothing to do with homecoming, she doesn't care. But you know who does care? Shin, who came all the way to California looking for, he came all the way to California looking for Wendy, and somehow no cops see him sitting on the top of this van for I'm sure the tens of miles he needed to travel to get to Wendy's house. So he gets to Wendy's house, and are you serious, bro? This was all he used to find Wendy's house? All he had was the city, the state, and this little scroll, and he was able to find Wendy's house without never even coming to California ever. Bro, get this guy on GeoGuessr because he's ridiculous. That's crazy. But Shin finally meets Wendy and lets her know that evil Yan Lo is back and he's gonna destroy the world and blah blah blah, which Wendy fairly doesn't believe him and trusts the
Don't be frightened. I'm a Buddhist monk from Jinji Mountain Temple.
Nah, dude, just think about that actually happening to you. You trying to close the door on somebody and they just super dash into your house. You close the door, turn around, they're standing there looking at you. That's actually a horror movie. But yeah, he wave dashes into her house and gets mollywopped in the name of the monks. And then she just sits down and watches TV. Someone didn't just pretty much teleport into her house and she literally had to fight him. She put hands on this man and tossed him out of the house. And she's just gonna sit down and watch TV. She just assumes that Jessica sent him over as if that makes it any better. You fought him out of your house. And then the worst part about it, she doesn't tell anybody else. Oh, actually, never mind. She tells her friend and then downplays it as if she didn't fight a man out of her house. She is so lucky that Shin is actually one of the good guys because her survival instincts are non-existent. Okay, now that that's over, the evil Yan Lo is on the move, and due to being a spirit, I guess, he's able to take over the body of any living creature. And he takes over the body of Wendy's brother and attempts to suck her soul, I guess. But is stopped by Shin that uses a medallion that is kryptonite to evil Yan Lo, I guess. And then we see an amazing fight scene where they are both going at it while trying to keep Wendy from waking up. And the fight scenes in this movie are just they are ridiculously good, especially for being just a Disney movie, because Disney movies aren't really the best for fight scenes. You don't really think of Disney movies and think of fight scenes, but This is what you would see in like an actual kung fu movie. It's actually really good. So Shin shows Evil Yanlo that he's got that dog in him, and Evil Yanlo becomes a dog before Shin goes back to lurking outside Wendy's house. Once morning comes, he chases her through the streets on a stolen kid scooter, which Wendy and her friends of course pretend that doesn't happen. Like, whatever, bro. So it's either she doesn't believe him, which wouldn't make sense because she tells everyone that he's her cousin from China rather than, you know, calling the police on him or telling anybody that she doesn't know the guy. Or she does believe him and just doesn't care that the world will end if she doesn't train. Actually, that sounds exactly like her. Never mind. So Shin continues stalking her before he catches Evil Yanlo possessing the principal. And geez, he about gave him an RKO, which no one in this busy parking lot saw. But the teacher does see Evil Yanlo being scared of the medallion and is like, keep your chin up, before getting his body snatched next. So Shin continues following her through the school, which no teacher, staff, or anybody stops him because, you know, he does not go to this school. Before Jessica ends up telling the school counselor that Wendy actually has bad grades in world history, which means that she won't be allowed to run for homecoming queen. And lucky for Wendy, in the world really, her training will allow her to get in touch with her ancestors that lived in China, and the midterm exam just so happened to be on China as well. This guy doesn't know it, but he just saved the world because we all know the only driving force in Wendy's life is homecoming. So she finally starts training and is able to get in touch with her ancestors' knowledge of China, allowing her to pass the exam, and she stops training again. Oh my gosh. Thankfully, Grandma found out about this and was like, this is real. Quit playing before I play your... Wendy starts to take this seriously and actually becomes friends with Shin. She gives him a makeover, shows him new foods, and her relationship with him allows her to grow as a person and not be so ridiculously selfish. And she starts regretting telling everyone he's her cousin because she's actually fallen for him. She even sees another girl kissing him and can barely handle it. Luckily, her friend Evil Yanlo comes to comfort her. Wait. Evil Yanlo, Shin of course saves the day, but Evil Yanlo still gets to snatch the body of Jessica. It's like no one can be trusted. Anybody could be Evil Yanlo. You can't even trust me. And I do want to come clean about something. The intro was a total lie. Huh? I've only ever seen this movie like once or twice in my life, and the only reason that I even remember this movie existed was because I saw the thumbnail on Disney Plus. But the only reason I did that was I wanted you guys to feel how Wendy felt, where she doesn't know what's true or not. Like, that's the only reason. No, but I actually am a blue belt in karate though. No wait, no, don't leave. Wendy is in the last leg of her training, where she has to master the last 5 forms of kung fu: tiger, crane, snake, leopard, and dragon. But Wendy refuses to fight the spirits of the monks who teach them. This leads to Shin going around kidnapping Wendy's teachers and coaches so that the spirits will take over the bodies instead, which Wendy is willing to fight. These are the good guys, right? So we have a training montage where Wendy finishes her training and is finally ready to take on Evil Yanlo. But Shin reveals that the final fight takes place at the same time as homecoming, and that he's fated to die in the fight, which causes Wendy to pop off on him for lying in order to get her to train. But the thing is, he was right. You weren't going to train. In fact, the only reason you even started training in the first place was to get a good grade on your exam so you could go to homecoming. And then right after you got that good grade, you tried to dip. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say this. She is so ridiculously selfish. In fact, look at this. Exhibit A, this entire conversation with her mom.
Mom, what am I going to do about Jessica?
Golly.
You're going to forget about homecoming for a minute and remember that there are some things more important in life. When is the last time you did some laundry or cleaned your room or fed your dog? Good thing your brother's such a mess to eat, or a poor cupcake would have starved.
Cupcake? Yeah. Vote for Wendy cupcakes.
Holy.
Way better than Jessica's cookies. Thanks, Mom.
Exhibit B, her putting off kung fu training, which she knew would save the world. And she did that multiple times. And finally, Exhibit D, the fact that she was actually going to go to homecoming and ignore the fact that Evil Yanlo was going to destroy the world because she was in her feelings. Like, what more can I say? This is the most selfish person that's ever existed. Is actually, like, in her selfishness, even gets her own self killed. And like, she goes to homecoming, she probably gonna get blighted or whatever he does in the middle of it. It makes no sense to be this ridiculously selfish. But as she's leaving for homecoming, the monks pull up on her, still in the teachers' bodies by the way, where she's told that Shin is going to fight evil Yanlo alone. And that got you in gear? Duh, he went alone. Did you think he was going to go to homecoming with you? Brother actually thinks about someone other than himself, and you're surprised by that? So Wendy and the gang pull up on evil Yanlo, and he and his crew are mollywhopping Shin. And now the final fight starts. Oh wait, hold up, Wendy needs to change clothes. Evil Yanlo, give her a second. And now the final fight really starts. So everyone starts going at it, and well, hold up, since when was there magic? She whipped that out like she's been practicing it with the kung fu. Well, guess that's over. Oh yeah, Shin didn't die yet, so it's not over. As he's getting styled on, Wendy hits evil Yanlo with more of that magic, but it's too late. What, it heals too? She didn't even need to learn kung fu. She could have just used this. But they work together to defeat evil Yanlo, and the monks are like, I don't think he's coming back this time. So Wendy and Shin have finally defeated the 900-year-old demon, or however old he was, with the power of random magic and love. So that was the movie, and I honestly give it a 9 out of 10. Like, I didn't expect a lot of this movie at all. I thought it was going to be like hot garbage that I don't remember anything from it when I was a kid, but it was actually really, really good. It was pretty funny. It was a great movie. It's good. It's surprisingly good, and I would actually highly recommend watching it if you ever feel like going back in time looking at a Disney movie. So just let me know if you have any recommendations for movies or TV shows you want me to review, and make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.